What's up, basketball lovers? It's your boy Gabe,
and Elijah,
and we're back here with another video, and we're going to be talking about basically LaMelo and Liangelo's future, and whether they can even still make the NBA at this point. I'm sure, as you guys have seen, it's been a rocky, what it feels like has been more than a year, but it's really only been a year since LeVar has taken LaMelo out of high school, taken Liangelo out of college, brought them to Lithuania, and now they're in the JBA. I guess that is either attributed to how much LeVar talks or how much he gets done, or a little bit of both. Because when I first looked back at it and realized that all of this was done in a year and how much they've been in the news, that was crazy to me. As I just stated, LaMelo was taken out of high school earlier this year, I believe, and the Jello incident in which he was stealing in China, all those things happened, and those were things that can be, attributed to them, or at least Jello so far. We haven't seen with Melo, but so far Jello not getting drafted. LeVar likes to talk a lot, and he does a lot of things that he may think is for his benefit, but I think can be also seen as a selfish move. I mean, if Liangelo were to have stayed in UCLA, even if he stayed an extra year or two, scouts would have looked at him. But because he put up okay numbers in an okay league, scouts didn't want to take the chance. And the show, I think, does a great job of trying to cover things up in many ways. And they showed, some footage of Liangelo basically saying he injured himself in the Warriors tryouts, which I'm not saying is not true. But, wouldn't you want to keep those injuries silent? So, obviously, they're trying to advertise certain agendas. LaMelo, on the other hand, and Jello now are both in the JBA, and Jello was earlier quoted in saying that he was not going to go into the JBA. And so these are their stats right now, and I don't think this is going to get it done based on the shot attempts as well if they want to get into the NBA.
So Liangelo Ball averaged 49.86 points per game, 10.57 rebounds, 5 assists, 3 turnovers, 2 steals, and about 1 block. And he shot 44%, but this was in an okay league. And then Melo averaged 40 points per game, 13 rebounds, 11 assists, 6 turnovers, 3 steals, and about 1 block, and he shot 40%, which was less than Jello. And Melo had to take more shots, and he also got into the JBA before Jello. He was later inserted.
So another point that you see there is not that these guys are not talented. That's not the question. But you see with Melo's 6 turnovers that he has a lot of stuff to improve on. He's still not really playing defense. I will say his athleticism has improved a little bit, but he has a lot of holes in his game that I don't think the JBA is helping to fix. Liangelo, again, is basically a grown man now, and this is supposed to be for someone who's supposed to choose the college route, and for people who would be in college right now, but Jello basically spent his quote-unquote college year in Lithuania, and he applied for the draft this year. So if he was truly good enough, we're talking about someone who's potentially supposed to be an NBA player, now playing in the JBA league, with a bunch of, not necessarily, I wouldn't call them not talented, but they're not the highest level. They're not D1 players. At least not the top level D1 players, and maybe not even D2 players, depending. Otherwise, they probably could have got some D2 offers. So they're hungry, but this is not really helping them improve. And they're taking a lot of shots. This is not impressing NBA players. NBA scouts or owners or GMs. Because if it did, Liangelo would have been drafted. And I think that LaMelo's draft stock is dropping very quickly. Part of this is due to LeVar. People don't want to deal with him. And with Lonzo seemingly having maybe the most low-key personality, they're trying to give him a chance. But it seems like it's going to be a very difficult path for both of these young players to make it, because they have a lot of things against them, a lot of which came from their dad, which is really unfortunate, because it seems that he's trying to do good for them, but he's, trying too hard in a way, and is dragging them down. So we'll have to see what they can do, but if they keep up with these numbers and some of these antics that's coming out about them, it's not going to be easy nor likely for them to make the NBA. So, I don't know what you guys think. I was a huge Ball Brothers fan when they were all in high school. I was rooting for Lonzo. I was excited to see Jello in UCLA, but clearly that didn't happen. And even LaMelo, after I saw his junior or his sophomore season AAU highlights, that was really impressive to me. And I wanted to see what he was going to do for high school, but basically all of that was, that was scratched off. So I want to see what you guys have to think about this. Do you think they can still make the NBA, especially Jello, who hasn't been drafted, and even Melo, because if they pass on one ball brother, they may think it's not worth it for the second. But we'll see, what comes to the future and what LeVar has in store.